Let's spend a few minutes on the big Mariners Astros series from the weekend. So Houston had essentially just ended the postseason chances for Texas, right? Now they're really done. The Marlins really took out Texas over the weekend too. But we're looking at Houston like, oh, it's the Astros. You know, they're going through it a little bit at the end of the year, but they'll be okay. And they did that without Yordan, who got hurt early on in that series. They line up the pitching, AJ, and they got completely outclassed by the Mariners. They trailed the entire series. It was not really close, right? I guess the closest game you could look at was Saturday, which had one of the most memorable catches maybe in franchise history. Victor Robles makes the diving catch, and then they end up doubling up the Astros and winning the game 6-4. Otherwise, that one could have been tied. So you add everything up. I mean, that is a perfect weekend for Seattle, not to mention Cal Raleigh now at 58 homers, which we'll talk about coming up in this segment as well to see how many he finishes at. But how impressive was this sweep for Seattle, and how much do you like their chances of not just making the playoffs now and winning the division here, which nobody's done besides the Astros in like 9 years, but actually being able to make a run here through October?
Well, they can definitely make a run. They're more likely going to get a bye too in the first round. So they're going to be able to line everything up for a team coming in, whether it's Cleveland, Detroit, or Houston. And that's going to have to use all their pitching. So now listen, the Mariners should win that series and then get to the next round, whether that's against the Yankees or the Blue Jays or the Red Sox. That's a different question. But the Mariners are set up nicely because winning this division really puts them in an advantage, because at the 2 seed, you get the time off, and everyone will say, oh, they get the time off. No, they can line everyone up. They can get everyone back healthy. And they should be favored to win the DS and get to at least the LCS.
Yeah, I think they're very well set up. I said on Friday I thought the Mariners were going to take 2 or 3. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if the Astros had swept them. I didn't see the Mariners sweeping the Astros, and that really puts them in a different situation. You talk about being able to get that, those days off. You can set your rotation. Where does that give you? That gives everybody that needs a breather that rest. I think it set them up for a really good run, especially right out of the gate, being able to have the guys they want to match up against the team that they're going to play against.
And yes, we'll stay tuned on what's going on with Brian Wu. It's pectoral inflammation.
Never heard
yet on what they're going to do. Never heard of that?
Pectoral inflammation. So he has an inflamed. So they're trying to tell us that the pec is not torn. He just has inflammation in his pec. Shoulder inflammation, elbow inflammation, not pec inflammation.
Have you heard of pec inflammation?
I mean, I've heard of sore shoulders and sore lats and sore everything. I can't even get a sore pec. Guys in football tear their pec all the time.
Yeah.
Sore or inflamed to me is different than torn, because if it's torn, that is not good. So that's why I don't know.
Right. You're cautiously keeping an eye on this one. I get what you're saying. Also, sometimes when inflammation clears, you're able to see what the real issue is, and that could be a problem. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, the good news for them is they should be able to cruise through the final week here with a little less pressure. Like, they're making the playoffs at this point. They're a few games clear of Houston. They won the season series. They should be making the division title a thing at this point. But will they have the Gilbert, Wu, Kirby top 3?
Castillo.
Yeah, and Castillo and Miller are there too, but they have a clear-cut top 3, don't you think, with those 3?
Oh, Kirby hasn't been great.
For the year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's a brilliant starts lately, though. He's been a strikeout machine lately. No?
Yeah. I mean, listen, Wu is the guy they need, because he's been their best pitcher by far.
Yep.
And then their bullpen is fine. Their bullpen's been good, but, getting home field advantage for them is a big deal, because then they don't have to travel. They don't have to travel east, and east has been a problem.
I guess you're right with Kirby.
Plus, I'm hoping to go to Seattle because the Bucks play the Seahawks on Sunday. of that series, and hopefully I can be on the field for that game because I'm thinking our game will start till later on that day, and then I can go to the 1:00 Seahawks game, which is right next to Safeco, T-Mobile.
You're a planner.
I can be the ball boy for the first half and then go to our game. I don't know.
You're going to pull off the doubleheader?
I'm going to try it.
Okay.
I can do it.
I like it. You're right on Kirby. Like, I'm thinking of the start on the 14th against the Angels, 14 strikeouts, 6 1/3. But earlier in the month he had 2 clunkers. That's why he's got a close to 6 ERA in the month. But last couple starts have been really good for him. They manhandled them, and also we saw some nice power in big moments. Looking at Sunday, for example, J.P. Crawford with the grand slam early on, Jason Alexander leaving a pitch middle for him to smash, and then Kyle Raleigh with the 58th home run of this season off the changeup. Todd Father, you and me grew up in Jersey. We liked to collect cards, but the way the process got was ridiculous. You open up a pack, there's a bunch of cards you don't care about. Then you want to get certain ones graded. Takes forever, right? Then you want to maybe sell one. It's such a to-do. Arena Club has been the solution for us.
Arena Club has been a solution for everybody. You go online, go to Arena Club, and you check out what they have. Put a little cash down, and you might get one of the best cards that you've ever seen in your life, an autographed card. And guess what? If you don't like the card, easily you could sell it back and make a little cash. You never know what to expect. It's a cool way of doing it. You're going to get a surprise every time. And if you're into cards, this is something you really need to get into.
Right now, you can get 20% off your first slab pack or card purchase by going to arenaclub.com/foul and use code FOUL like Todd Father's talking about with those slab packs. Every pack has a grail that's at least 20x the price of the pack. Check it out. We're at 58. 6 games to go for the Mariners. Give me a number. How many home runs does Cal Raleigh finish with? And we know he's going to play every game to end the year, right? They're not going to give him a day off and be like, oh, let's make sure he's rested and ready to go for the playoffs. Do you agree that he'll at least get at-bats in every game? He might DH in a couple games just to make sure he's fresh and ready for October. But he's playing on all 6. You guys are catchers, right? If you're in Cal's situation, he's going to get ABs in all 6 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so where are we at?
Don't change it. That's what he's done.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying it's the last week of the season. They might have some meaningless last couple games. Sometimes teams will rest players in the last game 60. Or 2. They're not going to do that with what's going on here, right?
Yep. He gets 60.
Okay. 60?
60. He plays the Rockies the next 3 games. He might 65 in the next 3 games.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, he has a chance to beat Judge's record. He's 4 away from 62. It's not impossible.
That's a lot of home runs.
I know. I'm going to go 61.
Him and Roger.
Yep. 61 homers. It's amazing.
Can we talk about the fact that the Astros, we talked a lot about the Mariners being awesome. The Astros didn't hit very much. Second game, I think they had 10 hits. First game, they had 3. The last game, Zach Cole hit the dinger. Altuve had the base hit, but is their offense even enough to give them anything in the postseason? I mean, Isaac Paredes, I think he struck out 4 or 5 times in his 3 games. He did get a hit in the last game, drove a run in, and walked 1 time. Can you afford to have a guy who, when he's on first, it may take 3 hits to score him? If you're not driving the ball out of the ballpark as a team.
The Astros are probably the most banged up team in baseball this year. There are many teams, right? Like, remember the Orioles owner like a couple months ago was like, oh, well, injuries. And that's why I'm like, there's plenty of teams dealing with injuries, much more than your team, okay? But Houston, no Yordan for most of the year. Kratz is talking about them needing Paredes down the stretch. I mean, he's playing on 1 leg. Jeremy Peña actually just re-aggravated an injury. What was that, on Saturday, the oblique?
He got pulled from Sunday's game before the game started. So he hurt it on Saturday.
They've lost a ton of pitchers. Hader's not in here right now. I mean, they are holding on. Zach Cole is like saving the day. They've gone through a lot.
They might not have the most injuries, but they have the most injuries to massive players. If you think Yordan's a top 5 hitter in the game, He's been out essentially the whole year. Paredes was leading the team in home runs when he got hurt. He's been out for the last, month and a half, 2 months. Like they've had some big names go down, and yet they're still right in it.
Yep. So we'll see. They're knocked out of the top spot. It doesn't look like they're going to take the AL West, but now they have to finish strong enough to take a wild card seat.